Howard Stern and Robin Quivers sat down for another episode of The Howard Stern Show, and the conversation turned towards a project that's in the pipeline for Howard. He might be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe soon enough, and the news he broke has interesting implications for the future of the MCU's Phase 4. We'll discuss the news bite in today's video, so let's dive right into it. Starting with how the conversation began. On Wednesday, Howard Stern was talking about an upcoming project and shared that he's in the talks for a Doctor Doom project in a hot mic moment. The 68-year-old shock jock was talking about how the team was going over the schedule with him and it would suck. Moving on to talking about working on Doctor Doom. Stern was asked by his 69-year-old co-host Quivers if he would be working this summer, to which he responded that he told her that he'd be doing Doctor Doom, and the former responded that she didn't know he'd be shooting so soon. "Believe me, I'm miserable about it. I don't even want to because I'm an asshole," said Howard about the role. And we've never seen a more lukewarm response about bagging a coveted role in the MCU. He also referenced his stint on America's Got Talent in a similar light. Howard also shared that he'd asked Marvel veteran Robert Downey Jr. for acting tips prior to taking on the role. But there's been no news from Marvel. There's been no news from Marvel about a Doctor Doom series. He was a villain prominently featured in Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and Iron Man. So we don't know if we'll be getting a miniseries centered on the villain's backstory, or if he'll be featured in an upcoming Fantastic Four show. The latter has been in discussion since Reed Richards made a cameo in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, opening the door for the characters to make their MCU debut. While we don't know much about the project yet, we might find out more at the San Diego Comic-Con, where Marvel will have their own panel and is expected to announce a plethora of new projects. Plus, this marks Howard's long-awaited return. Should Howard choose to take the offer, it would mark his long-awaited return to the silver screen after a whopping 25-year break. The last time the famous radio personality was seen on screen was in 1997, when he starred as himself in Private Parts. The film had a successful run in theaters, made $41 million worldwide, and had Stern share the screen with Robin Quivers, Fred Norris, Paul Giamatti, Mary McCormick, and Jackie Martling. Also, should the project come to term, it would make Howard the second person on his team to star in a Marvel project. His writer, Robert Christie, became a part of the second Guardians of the Galaxy film, which came out in 2017. Ending on a little background info on Doctor Doom. Dr. Victor Von Doom is the supreme leader of the Kingdom of Latveria. The politician serves as a monarch and is considered one of the most brilliant minds of the entire world, a skilled magician who wants to bring order to humanity through conquest. His willpower, ability, and ego has made him a contestant for a lot of powerful people's ire. He's best known to rival Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. Dr. Doom first encountered the Fantastic Four when he kidnapped Sue Storm and forced the other members of the group to travel back in time. He sent them to get the Stones of Merlin. He came back to destroy the team again after teaming up with Namor. In this storyline, he shrunk to mini size and took over Subatomica. He even sourced some shrink rays and began bothering the Fantastic Four too. The Fantastic Four defeated him once again with the help of Ant-Man. Once again, he went up against them, this time by giving 3 civilians superpowers. They were called the Terrible Trio, but the FF sent him into outer space with a solar wave. Throughout the comics, his most prominent rivalry has been with the Fantastic Four, especially Reed Richards. But he has also appeared in Iron Man, Spider-Man, WandaVision, Young Avengers, Asgardian, and Skrull Invasion storylines. So the creators would have lots and lots of material to choose from if they decided to introduce Doctor Doom. He could show up in the Spider-Verse, or in a new season of WandaVision, or in Loki Season 2, or in the Skrull Invasion series starring Samuel L. Jackson, or the most profitable Fantastic Four miniseries on Disney+. And these are just the projects that we know for sure are in the works. In other news, while we await more updates on Howard Stern's portrayal of Doctor Doom, let's take a look at some similar news, starting with another Easter egg spotted in Ms. Marvel. Ever since Ms. Marvel was announced, the series has managed to stay in the news. From its casting of a Pakistani-American actress to showing a South Asian person of color as a superhero in a leading role, that too a young girl, the show has been shattering glass ceilings. The series has also been lauded for being so freaking relatable. The season follows the story of Kamala Khan, a Pakistani-born American who gets imbued with superpowers after she discovers an old family relic, a magical bangle. The situation is made hilarious by the fact that Kamala is a Marvel superfan and Captain Marvel is her ideal, so her excitement on becoming a superhero herself is something we all can relate to. What makes things even funnier is that Iman Vellani, the actress playing Kamala, is also an MCU superfan, like her on-screen counterpart, so seeing her both on and off-screen has been a a joy. Moving on to the actual Easter egg. In the first episode of the show, Khan is imploring her friends to let her go to MarvelCon, which is exactly what you'd expect something called MarvelCon to be like. At the con, amongst loads of other Marvel memorabilia, a shot pans to a shirt that has Groot on it. What makes this special is that instead of featuring his famous "I am Groot" line, the shirt says Mr. Tree. Marvel fanatics would know that this is the name Groot got when he debuted into the MCU, and people didn't know his character yet. Did you catch this one? Also, Ms. Marvel's creator defends her choice to change Ms. Marvel's powers. One thing that did breed controversy in Ms. Marvel was the fact that Kamala's powers deviated from the comics. In the comics, Ms. Marvel is an Inhuman who can stretch and squeeze her body thanks to powers she's gotten from the Terrigen Mist. However, in the series, she receives her powers from the Magic Bangle, and they include shapeshifting and self-healing. The creator of the series, Sana Amanat, defended her decision to make this change by saying that she wanted to tell the bigger story. She discussed the change with the character's co-creator and got the go-ahead on it first. According to Amanat, it was more important to tell the coming-of-age story through the lens of a young brown girl, and it was more important for Pakistani, Indian, and young Muslims to get that representation out there. Amanat's creation has been receiving laudations for managing to do just that ever since the series debuted. Finally, Tatiana Maslanys' SheHulk receives backlash for bad CGI. Another Marvel miniseries headed to Disney Plus soon is SheHulk, Attorney at Law. The series will air on August 17th and feature Tatiana Maslany in the titular role. Maslany is an Emmy Award winner and was seen in widely acclaimed series like Orphan Black, too. The series will also see Mark Ruffalo reprising his role as Bruce Banner, aka the original Hulk, but he'll most likely have cameo appearances and will hand over the mantle to She-Hulk. Now, that's all well and good, so what's the problem? The problem lies in the incredibly stiff and downright comical CGI of She-Hulk's facial features. The CGI made the character look completely stiff and caused an uproar on Twitter, so much so that a trailer was released and then re-released after some tweaking to make her features look a bit softer. But since the trailer did have more of a comedic angle, maybe Marvel is trying to catch laughs, with a trailer showing a single woman in her 30s who is a lawyer and is a 6'7" gargantuan green Hulk of a woman. We guess we'll just have to wait for the show to come on air and then decide. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Howard Stern would be a good fit as Doctor Doom? Where do you think Doctor Doom will fit in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 4? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.